one of the toilets in the main bedroom, it was tied up with duct tape. It wasn't connected with a pipe, with an actual pipe. And today's topic, I want to talk about home inspections whenever you're buying a house. This is a matter that a lot of people kind of overlook on them, and I want to share with you guys a few stories that I have about home inspections whenever you're buying a house. We know that in the past 3 years, I would say from 2020, there was a lot of people avoiding or giving up the right of doing an inspection of the house. I mean, it's not a right, but it's an opportunity that we have to do an inspection of the house now, because what was happening before on the market, a lot of people was giving away the option period for doing inspections, and there was a lot of problems that were showing up after the facts I've been hearing and listening in social media, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it, so stay tuned. So one of the things that happens in the previous 3 years is because there was a lot of competition out there. There was a lot of people putting multiple offers, a lot of over asking price on the homes. So one of the things that people was using to make their offer more appealing to the sellers was giving away the option period, which is the period, the days that we get from the seller to make an inspection of the house. And if we find something on the house, then we can just cancel the contract and we recover the earnest money. We don't lose the earnest money. And that is the main reason for the option period. Now, a lot of people were giving that away just because they wanted to make their home more appealing, but they were leaving a lot on the table with the option period. Why are they leaving so much on the table? Well, there's a lot of stuff that can be wrong on the house, and you want to make sure that you hire somebody, in this case a licensed inspector, to make a thorough inspection on the house for you, so you can know what's going on in the house, and you can know that beforehand, so whenever you're buying the property, you know what you're getting in. One story that I have back in 2019, we were flipping houses, and we as an investor, we most of the time buy the property sight unseen. That means that we put the offer and then we go see the house. So with this house, I was buying a property in Mansfield. We put an offer on the house, no inspection, no option period, no nothing, just straight to pending, and let's go get the house. So we remodel the house, we do everything, we fix the foundation, we remodel the house, we do everything needed on the house. But because we didn't have an inspection when we're putting the house back on the market, one of the clients actually asked for an inspection. They did an inspection, and we find out that there was a leak on the sewer line of the property. So what happened by then is that because we have fixed the foundation, and this is something really important, when we fix the foundation, we typically like to do a plumbing inspection, because when we move the house, a lot of times the foundation break either the sewer line or the water lines. So that is a really costly item that you want to address before you're buying a house. So what happened with this house, we run the inspection, we call the plumber, and when they run the camera, happens to be that one of the toilets in the main bedroom, it has one of the connection where you connect both the pipes. It was tied up with duct tape. It wasn't connected with a pipe, with an actual pipe, and it ended up costing us like $7,500. We have to pay for the plumber services. We have to dig a hole underneath the house. We have to address the plumbing issue, and then we need to redo everything back. So that cost was like $7,500. That's one of the many things that you can find in an inspection. And a lot of people think that just because we're buying a new house, we don't need to do an inspection, which I'm totally against not doing an inspection on any house. Because there's a lot of things that we can find on the property and you need to know because those are stuff that are hidden behind the walls. And if you're not aware of construction, you have never done construction, or even if you do construction, there's a lot of things that you cannot just by plain sight looking at the property, like plumbing issues. One of the things that the plumber do, they do a hydrostatic test, which is checking the sewer line, and they do a pressure test on the clean water, where they put pressure on the line. If it's holding the pressure, then there's no leak. But then if it's dropping the pressure on the lines, then you already know that you have a leak. Now you just need to go find it, right? So those are things that are pretty expensive if you don't take care properly. And those are things that you want to know before buying the house, because some of them might be costly and you don't have the money to afford them. And some of them we can negotiate with the sellers, rather if they want to pay for it, if they want to pay somebody, or if they want to hire a contractor. So those are the things that we can negotiate when we are in the option period. I had another case actually. This client was telling me, no, I don't want to hire an inspector because it's a brand new house. Everything has been done. It's a brand new house and it has the warranty, which I can understand. You have a warranty, you don't need to worry about the property. But in reality is that you do want to know what's going on in the house, because still, even though it's a brand new home, it's still people, human beings building the property, and we all make mistakes. So you want to address that before the closing. So what happened is I was doing an inspection with one of my clients, and he didn't want to do it at the beginning, but then I was like, hey, you know what? I'd rather lose $300, $350 doing an inspection on the house and be sure that everything is okay with the house, versus finding out later down the road that you missed something on the house, and then we need to go back and we potentially lose more money than just the $350. So I finally convinced this guy, and he was like, I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna trust whatever you're telling me. And we do the inspection, we show up, everything was fine. And then when we meet the inspector, he was laughing. And I was like, okay, give me the bats. If you're laughing, it's for something. You might be finding something crazy. You might be finding something that is not worth it on the house. What's going on? So happens to be that the house, the builder, they never put insulation in the attic. You might think, what? They didn't put insulation in the attic? Yeah, that's exactly. They didn't put insulation in the attic, and we were able to find that out on the inspection. And that's one of the many examples that we have found in properties. There's a lot of them that some of them I have found that the wiring is wrong in the property. They run the wires on the electricity wrong, and then there's electricity problems. And you might be thinking, and this is something that I was thinking when I started in this industry, well, but if it's a new construction, then the city might be doing inspection on the properties as they go. Yeah, but they just look around. They don't really inspect properly the property. And for example, if it's on a new construction, they have multiple properties. They might go to see and inspect one, and after the builder passed that one, they might be saying, you know what, you did the first one right, you did the third one right, you did the fifth one right. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass and trust your word, because a lot of times they build a relationship with the builders. So we want to address that beforehand, so we're not running with problems after we close the house, because the last thing that you want to do is just close the house and start finding out that you have problem with the house, either the electricity, the insulation, the HVAC, or whatnot. So you want to be covered with those things beforehand. On the other hand, let's say you do the inspection, you spend the money, and you find that everything is right. So we can still gain something out of it, because now you know that, for example, I don't need to spend money on checking the foundation because they check the foundation already and it is fine. You don't need to spend money on, let's say, the sewer line or the plumber, just asking for a plumbing test, because you know that it's already fine, because you hire an inspector and they tell you, and they put it on the line, they put it on a report that everything is done properly, everything is okay, everything is fine. Now, with a new construction, the difference between a new construction and an older home is that with the new construction, they have warranty. They're going to cover that anyways. And people might be thinking, well, but what happened in the final walk? Yeah, you can do a final walk, but the final walk, in reality, they just walk the house to look for cosmetic stuff, like there's a shape on the walls, there's a scratching paint, one of the lights is not coming on, stuff like that. They don't really go deep into the house. They just walk the house, you're walking with them, you see that there's paint missing in one of the walls, they'll fix it. Now, that's the moment that we give them the inspection report, and then we go like, okay, we have the paint on the walls, the doors and whatnot, but we also have something in the electricity, something in the HVAC. I have cases that the HVAC is not even connected, the furnace or the outside unit is not even connected, and some cases that the water heater is not connected, the dishwasher is not connected. I have had cases that the dishwasher is brand new and it's not working, it's damaged, so we need to address that before the client closing on the house and moving to the property. Now, that is with the builder, that they have to cover everything anyways. Now, with the older homes, now if we find something that there's wrong with the house, now we can use that for negotiation. Now we can either ask the seller for repairs, we can ask them, hey, you know what, the HVAC is broken, it needs service, it needs something, please go ahead and fix it for me. Or we can say, you know what, there's problems with the HVAC, we have problems with some plumbing issue, there's some faucets that are leaking, the shower is not draining properly. Those are things that I'm willing to do myself, but instead give me some credit, and I can take that money, either save it from my closing costs, and then I can repair them. If I'm a handy person, I know how to fix stuff, and I can do it myself if those are easy fix. Or if I need to hire somebody, then I can do it myself at my pace. So in reality, it's really important for you guys to no skip the inspection, because you can use that as a leverage, either if you want to pursue the purchase of the home or you want to cancel the contract because it doesn't make sense for you. Before I forget, please, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading more videos, more education for buyers and sellers. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and check it out.